Say cheese.
Cheese.
Cheese, cheese. Oh. Cheese.
It's like.
Is that you? Who is that baby? Oh, you're the director?
Cheese.
Cheese, cheese. What does a cow say?
Yes.
What does a cow say?
Moo.
What does a horse say?
Me.
Neigh. What does a pig say?
Me.
What does a pig say? Oink, oink. What does a bear say? Wah.
Cheese.
Cheese. Hey guys, welcome back to M&F. This is going to be a lot different video than what you're used to, which are story time, sitting down, talking to you about things going on personally in my life. This is obviously something that is affecting my life and has been for the last couple months, but this is more geared toward my son. So a couple months ago, I really started to adopt this way of thinking and teaching him that I thought was most suitable for us, made the most sense to me. The Montessori method is something that I heard about a couple years ago before I had Everett, before I was pregnant, when I was actually in high school in a parenting class. And it was really just like this footnote in our textbook, but it made a lot of sense to me. This whole learning through exploration of the world around them. It's not, rigorous teaching, structured. It's really learn through play. And I really, really loved how this woman, Maria Montessori, I think is her name, talked about teaching children and what was the most effective for them. Maybe not for us as adults, but for a child and their mind, and how to shape it at certain ages as they grow and develop, and how to capture a moment in time and really help to heighten their senses so that their development is completely superb. In Western civilization, like in the US where I live, this method of simplicity is not so much popular, because I feel like we are this society that is all about technology. We're all about the complex. We want things to be handed to us in a way. We want these plastic toys that make a bunch of noise and do the thinking for us. And a lot of Eastern cultures, especially in like Germany and Australia is a big one, they really, really hone in on this teaching, and it has proven benefits I'm going to talk about. So a couple months ago, I really, really started to research this because I found that Everett, with the toys that he did have, they just weren't meeting his needs. He would play with them for a very short amount of time, then toss them to the side. And they were doing all the thinking for him, just like I said. The fire truck is a fire truck. This big, loud dinosaur toy is a big, loud dinosaur toy. There's only so much you can do with it and so much imaginative play that you can get out of it. So, why did I choose to go down this route? Through my research, I found just so many benefits for young children with open-ended toys. It really captures their imagination and helps them grow through understanding this crazy world around them, and they can reflect upon what they are retaining and regurgitating every second through the day, and they play. That's how they express things. They express things through play. And I think it's going to be great during this Terrible 2 time, because Everett started the Terrible 2s kind of early. We're around 16 months, which early, it can happen 16 to 18 months, usually around 2 years. They just can't get out what they're trying to say. And I think expression is great to do through play, because play is something that kids know how to do. So, they might see cars going down the street. There's a lot of stimulation in a big busy town. When they come to their safe, quiet zone, they can take the rainbow, for example, and make it like a race car track and show you what they've learned out in the world, and then apply it in terms that they can understand. So I'm going to get into the Montessori makeover itself. This section of the bedroom was actually just my queen size bed, and it was small enough that I could fit it in here, and that was it. We didn't really have a space for him to play in my room, but I really wanted to make this the learning space of our house that he could go to. This is where he does all of his open-ended play, things like that, which of course he's free to do that wherever else in the house, but this was the most convenient space for us to put it in. So you can see behind me I have a bunch of toys. They're very colorful, bright, and they're set up in a way that it's easy for him to get to and play with, which is what I liked about the whole exploration with playing, because everything should be set out in a way that is easily accessible to him. And if you throw it in a big toy box, it kind of gets jumbled in there and they don't know what they want to play with because they can't see it. So if you leave things out in a manner that they can see it, they're attracted to it, and their eyes are drawn to it, then they are more likely to play with it. Now, most of the toys you see behind me are wooden, and that is because a lot of open-ended toys are wooden. They're more durable, they're eco-friendly, but they are very expensive. So there are some routes that you might want to go down. Maybe not the Grimm's Wooden Toys way, which is the big brand that is very prevalent in Germany and all those Eastern countries, but you might want to do Melissa & Doug, which is a big one in the US. I have a lot of Melissa & Doug, but I also have some plastic. We didn't throw away the plastic altogether because I think they are good toys and they're fun toys at the same time. I just wanted to focus more on the ones that are learning centered. So I wanted to hone in on what is called a sensitivity period. And when you learn about Montessori teachings, you will learn about the sensitivity periods, which is ages divided by what sense is heightened at that time. So for the 18 to 24 month period, which is what my son is in, the sensitivity period is called structure, which would be organization, things of that nature. Some of the toys I have behind me are centered around the sensitivity period, which I would suggest that you do for your kids for the age that they're in. Some toys just aren't age appropriate for your child at the time, but some things they are learning how to do, and you want to give them as many toys of that nature as you can. I'm not saying go out and buy a bunch of toys. They can be DIY toys. I have a bunch of those too, but just pick up what your child is doing, what they're interested in. Are they repeating a certain act? Are they like to put balls in like a cup or coins in a slot? That's what Everett's big thing is. Object permanence is also a big thing that he does right now. Here he comes with a pillow. Oh, did you want to sit down during our video? Good job. I'm going to talk you through the toys I currently have out, why I've chosen them, and really the purpose that they serve in this whole arrangement of this learning environment. So the first and foremost that you will see in a lot of Montessori style homes and play areas is a big wooden rainbow. This wooden rainbow I actually got off Etsy, but a lot of people get them off the Grimm site and Waldorf Toys, but they're always sold out because these go fast. They are the best open-ended toy I think that you can get. They are a staple in many households and schools because of the many purposes that they can serve. They're not just a rainbow, they can be a track for cars. Everett actually likes to make circles out of matching colors and then put animals in them, like he's kind of like creating the animals, which I think is funny, like almost like a circus. You would see the different rings. There's just so much to do with it. You can make it into like a little arrangement and roll balls in it. Just go on Instagram and Pinterest together. Go on. That would be that is something to think about. You can call it interest. Anyways, Instagram or Pinterest and see what other people are doing, get some ideas from them. So that is why we have the rainbow. I think it is a staple and I really wanted to touch upon that. Behind me you actually see our Mr. Sloth and like a little decorative succulent that's just for decoration. He does love stuffed animals. I think stuffed animals are great open-ended toys. They play with him in a lot of different ways. They become friends with their stuffed animals. He really likes dogs lately, so that's a big one for us. This is actually not age appropriate for him at this point, how it's set up now with the numbers, but the colors are a great activity for him. I will take like one or two off and then he will put them on where they're supposed to go. They're also great, these for threading. Like if you get a pipe cleaner and just have your child thread them, You can also do the same thing with pasta. That's one of my DIYs that I really love. These come out too. When he gets older and we can do numbers, this will be great. My sister, who is 9, she does have special needs, but she loves to play with this, and it's so colorful and inviting. I love it. I love it. I love it. So this area, you'll see a puzzle. It's actually a dinosaur puzzle just because he's really into dinosaurs. So if you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone, that's great. Puzzles are great for this age group, but the simpler, the better is really what I have found. And these chunky puzzles from Melissa and Doug are great. He also loves his Melissa and Doug farm animal puzzle, and he likes it because it makes noises after it puts it in. He knows all his animal noises. I'm so impressed with that kid. We're still working on simple sentences, but we'll get there. So colorful, great, simple, wooden. This was actually only $7.99. I think I got it a discount from Kohl's at the time for Christmas. We have so many puzzles. I have a puzzle rack, but I want to actually designate a space in here for the puzzles, so I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing with that. Back here you will see our counting bears. I actually got this from the consignment store, but you can get this on Amazon, just a little bit more expensive. And he sorts these by color as well. Like, I will put a piece of paper down, just construction paper on the floor, and he can just sort these where they're supposed to go. It did come with these awesome cards, and he can do patterns with them. Obviously we are not to the step where he is to fill in the pattern, but my sister does these and she loves these. She can fill in the pattern. They have like big and small, and then by colors. He really just uses it as color sorting for now. Right behind me you'll see it's this little tower, and these little cars roll down it. He loves this. He can do this for 30 minutes if he sits down and really wants to play at the time. This is great. This is a sensitivity activity. I know the period has kind of passed for that, but he still loves it. And you can always build on different sensitivity periods over time. Here we have his cars. These are actually Melissa and Doug, both of them. Usually I'll just put them out one at a time, like the garbage truck. He doesn't like as much as this car. We run it on our track right over here. I got this at Target. It's like just a little play mat, and I'll get it out whenever he wants to play with cars. And down here you can see like our little stacking tower. He likes to actually push the little pom-pom balls in the top of these. These are pretty cheap. You can find them on Amazon, and it comes with like a little ball, and he likes to put the ball in there, and each of the cups close to another cup so they can make bigger balls. And down here I actually bought these off Etsy. They are little peg color sorters. I have a video of him doing this on Instagram, and he absolutely surprised the crap out of me when he was able to sort these. His attention span is very small, as any 1-year-old. So it's about 1 to 2 minutes. So if I can get him to sit down and do this once every couple days, I am super happy, because it does take a lot of brain power to go across, see which goes where, and it's hard to get him motivated to do this, but I love it. I actually put these in a special place where he can't play with them all the time because they were expensive, because they are wooden and they're painted with like the non-toxic paint. But I get him out whenever I want him to play with them. Right here in the middle you will see the only thing that's in a little tote is blocks, and these are the Melissa and Doug blocks. These are great open-ended toys because they can build with these. They can do so much. They can use their cars. They can it's just, the list goes on and on. We like to build little towers, and he likes to knock them down and test my patience. But over here you'll see our Melissa and Doug latch barn. It came with a couple of these fuzzy animals, but I got him a bunch of the plastic animals from Target, and he loves these. This is really how he learned his animal sounds, going through, and I'd say, you know, the sheep, bah, you know, stuff like that. So he knows all of his animals now. He's still working on the latches on this barn though. It is a little complicated. He likes to shove all of his animals in there at once, but whatever you want to do, kiddo. Back here, you'll see kind of hidden. I usually put it in the corner, but I wanted to leave it out for the video. This is Melissa and Doug. It's the sweeper set, so he likes to sweep the floors, and he acts like he's mopping. He did put this in the toilet once, but it's all right. We dried it out, and it's all good now. It comes with so much stuff. He got this for Christmas from his mama. To my left, you are going to see this little bookshelf, and you know there's stuff on the walls everywhere. It's because this room has been used by so many people, but I'll put like a picture over it or something. This is his bookshelf. It's very colorful, inviting. He loves to go over here and grab books whenever he wants to read. He just comes and sits on my lap. Back here is his big teepee tent that I got him for Christmas. I got it on sale. It was such a good deal. It's from Discover Kids, and it's really just back there for storage. I get it out whenever he wants to play with it. He likes to put his stuffed animals in there and take them out. So going over to this way, this thing is kind of ugly. I wanted to paint it white, but I just haven't got there yet. It has a bunch of stuff in it that he doesn't really go to because he can't see what's inside of it. It would be better if it was open and he could see, but like this top one, it has puppets in it, and these are like little trucks that I got for his sensory bins that I do with him. Like if I do a dirt one, I'll put those in there. Next down, we have fruits and vegetables. I got these from IKEA. They were such a good deal, and so we're learning our fruits and vegetables with these, and we use it with his toddler learning folder. And down here we have musical instruments. He loves, wow! He loves to make music. We like to listen to Alexa and, you know, go to the beat, especially his dinosaur song. He is a sucker for that dinosaur song. They actually came in this little clear backpack, but he dumps it out and he uses this to just put random stuff in. So I really want to get like little pegs to put on the wall and like hang his little backpack up, because he likes to put that on and play with it around the house. And then you will see our Melissa and Doug garage, and I got an assortment of cars here. This is how he's learned the different vehicles. Tow truck's not a big one that he knows yet, but like definitely fire truck and the fire truck noise. The school bus, we do wheels on the bus. Garbage truck, we do the Blippi garbage truck song. And another city bus, and he likes to run them down the ramp just like he does with the other one, and that's a skill in itself, learning how things move, and if I push this and this will happen, so cause and effect. That's a big one after 12 months for a sensitivity period. Next you will see our FlySat table that I got from IKEA, and our little FlySat stool. I love this. This was the easiest thing in the world to put together. Shout out to IKEA. And it comes with these little bins inside that you can put in there, and this is where I do his sensory bin activities. So if you go on my Instagram and you see our sensory bins that I do a lot of, and I'm going to start doing sensory bin of the month on my YouTube channel, then you will know what we put inside here to help develop what's in here. In here we have his animals. This is actually a toad, but his plastic animals, some wooden people. He likes to play with his wooden people. And these we usually do with either the wooden rainbow, or we do it with his toddler learning folder. And I'm going to do a video on that, so stay tuned for that. I have a homemade toddler learning folder that he likes to do exercises in, and that's like our biggest homeschool thing right now. And what else was on this table was just a DIY activity. That it is a wipe container, and it has these scarves in them. So he likes to pull these out of here, put them back in, put the scarves on his head, all that fun stuff. So that is his Montessori makeover tour for my toddler who's 20 months old. I hope it gives you guys some inspiration. If you're interested, leave comments below, questions. I tried to explain my best why we put these up here, but I really wanted to go over just what is up here and what he's working on right now for the period that he's in. I will be talking about my toddler learning folder this is just like a baby of mine. I feel like I birthed this room itself. I spent so much time and effort researching the best toys to put in here, the best activities to do, and it's really been a work in progress for a very, very long time. Couple more just things in the back here. I'm not sponsored by anybody, by the way, but this is a little shelf from Target, and the walls are pretty plain. If you will see, plain is better. You want inviting, you want white colors, you want light, and then you want the toys to be the colorful, inviting ones. So as you'll see on the wall, I just have an Etsy, your mountain is waiting, the Dr. Seuss quote, and I've had that for a very long time, and I just thought I'd add it there. There's a couple little hanging shelves up there, but that has my stuff on it for the most part, and it's just very simple. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you will continue to support me, and I hope I can give you guys some great ideas in the future. Stay tuned for more awesome videos about DIYs, DIY learning toys, and definitely the toddler learning folder. We'll see you guys next time on M&F.